Was that the cue?
That was your cue.
All right, we're live.
Go.
And we're live. Welcome to the TLDR podcast, live number 2.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, people at the coffee shop. Hey,
Thank you
people
for
on
joining us.
Facebook. I see you.
This is our second attempt at doing something live, and as you can see, we've made some upgrades. We turned our recording studio into a coffee shop.
It was a lot of work, but it was worth it, man.
It was totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
Took out a huge loan. It's fine. We'll pay it off in the podcasting business.
Absolutely.
That's what they told us.
Everyone knows that's where you make money, by doing something for free.
We are at the Centerfield Coffee Shop in Royston, Georgia, home of Ty Cobb, the famous baseball base stealer extravaganza person. And it's the only baseball-themed coffee shop in the world. I would put money on that.
That's a fact.
And it's dope.
And we're here to bring you some news. Hey, so I was setting up for this today, and I went to lift a box to bring it in. And earlier today, I went to the gym and was doing the rowing machine, which I've only done like once or twice. And you're engaging your core. And when I went to engage my core, I almost didn't engage anything, and I essentially fell into the van. I fell over.
Yeah.
So that was today. But I was at the gym, and I was wearing my headphones, and because that's what you got to do. If you go to the gym and you don't wear headphones, you are a monster, and you probably eat turds like me for breakfast. But we all have these headphones now. Everybody does. And I'm going somewhere with this, I promise.
Okay.
No, I believe you.
I was at Bilo the other day, and I had to sort of think through something, and I've got a book on tape I'm listening to, so I paused it so I could sort of think, and then I just forgot to start it back, so I was just walking around Bilo without anything in my headphones, and then I realized, no one is listening to anything in their headphones in public. They're just in your head.
Exactly.
You're just faking it so no one will talk to you.
No one else bothered me the whole time.
See,
awesome.
I wish I had that luxury, but at work, I always get talked to regardless. People, most of the time, I do have something in my headphones, and people just talk to me normally. I'm like, huh? What? I'm trying not to listen to you.
Well, what happens to me when I go to Bilo and I have my headphones in is I have a young child with me, which doesn't stop any of our elderly people from coming up and trying to talk to me, because either they don't know what headphones are or they don't see them. So it doesn't matter. I still get talked to pretty much no matter what, because I have a child with me and they want to touch her.
Yeah. It'd be the same as having a dog. I'm not comparing your child to a dog, but
oh my gosh.
People do the same thing. Anytime I've been anywhere with a dog, people are like, oh, puppy.
I mean, I do that when I see someone with a dog.
My question is, what is the etiquette for when and where it's okay to wear headphones? Because I remember 2011 when Bluetooth headphones became a thing. I don't know. That's an arbitrary number. But the point is, I remember my friend Evan had a pair of headphones. They were not Bluetooth, but he just wore them all the time. And I thought he was being rude. And I still sort of think it's rude, but I also get it. I'm like, yeah, I want to do that too without people judging me.
At this point, I say the only no-go spots are funerals and weddings of people you actually like.
Oh.
If you don't like them, sit in the back, pop in one, listen to a podcast.
No.
Preferably this one, but
If you don't know them, you put one headphone in and you pretend like you're security. If you wear a matching tuxedo to any wedding, you can go anywhere in the building for free. No one's going to question it. Yeah. Sir, who are you? Who are you? But, okay, so if I'm in the drive-thru, right? I'm pulling through. I've got my headphones in. I pause my music, of course. But do I need to go through the whole song and dance of taking both out? Because you can't take out just one,
Right.
Yeah.
But you can. I mean, you can take out the one that's facing the person in the window.
But then I feel all off balance and stuff.
It throws off your equilibrium.
It does.
They weigh like an ounce.
I feel like I can't hear anything if one of them is in.
Yeah, most of the time, if I'm listening to something other than music, I have to pause it while I'm engaging with someone, or else I'll miss everything that I'm listening to.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I can't
Especially if it's
multitask
like an
that.
audiobook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I can be doing nothing else when listening to an audiobook, and it kind of defeats the purpose of it being an audiobook, because if I'm going to do that, I should just read.
Speaking of, can we talk about audiobooks for a second?
Yes.
And what I've been doing? So this month, the Audible 2-book subscription is clearly not enough for me, because this month alone, I've read Harry Potter 5, 6, 7, The Fellowship of the Ring, and I'm halfway through The Two Towers.
Just this month? You've
Just
read that?
this month. And I've just had a lot of time where I make time. Like, you go to the gym, and that's like, if you're listening at 2 times speed, that's like 2 hours you get, right?
Which
And
I still think you're crazy for
I don't know
listening
how
to
you do
stuff
that.
sped up.
no. It's, if you listen to it the way it's meant to be, it's like in slow motion. Plus, we got to talk about Lord of the Rings. Have you ever read Lord of the Rings? You've
Yes.
read it, and you've read none of it. Okay.
I've never read
But you've
none
seen the
of it.
movies, right?
Yes.
Okay. I knew this, and they did a lot more with it in The Hobbit, but, you know, the songs in Lord of the Rings are like a big thing that Tolkien was doing, right?
Right.
Homeboy sings every song in the book, and I really want to know his process for, like, I'm sure they're just old English melodies or he's making them up,
I
because they're
always
very
sang
simple.
them to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat in my head. That was the meter that they had. So that was, I don't know.
He even
See, I
sings,
just went with A Millie by Lil Wayne.
the hobbits are climbing over the misty mountains. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
The Hobbit, the Hobbit, the Hobbit, the Hobbit, the ha, the ha. Okay, well, that's a little bit annoying. I'd rather him just read them, because at 2 times speed, it doesn't sound good.
None of it sounds good at 2 times speed, Josh.
Well, here's my main complaint. The Fellowship of the Ring, I finished it yesterday, and it is... The movie's a little slow. The book is slower. It's awful. It's not...
We're getting some agreement from the audience here.
Thank you.
Thank you
Who
for-
has read... Have you read it?
Yeah.
Yes. It's terrible. No one warned me of this. It's like...
I warned him.
She did warn me. But this was after I got through the worst of it. Because, you know, the movie starts, you're at this party, there's some fireworks, you don't really know what's going on, there's a lot of mayhem and mischief, there's some shenanigans going on from the Hobbiton and the Hobbit town. You see, I made a word. He can make words, I can make words. And there's like a 20-minute conversation between Sam's dad and someone else about nothing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the story. And there's no metaphor. There's no symbolism.
He's building his world.
No.
He's building who hobbits are. Hobbits are people that talk about nothing and do nothing.
So you're saying it's the Seinfeld of medieval text?
Exactly.
It's a book
right.
about nothing?
Yep.
I'm going to say it, Nolan. I'm going to make a hot take here.
I'm ready. I don't have my fire retardant suit on, but I hope I'll be able to take it.
I think it's just an excuse for bad writing. There, I said it. There's a forward in the book where he's like, I'm much more interested in telling a long story than people liking it, so whatever. It's just a giant middle finger to everyone reading it. He says, I know not everybody's going to like it in every part, so why should I try? Okay. Thanks,
I think we just
J.R.R.
lost every kind of fandom listener that we're ever going to have.
No, they
Yep,
love us.
They're gone.
So,
They
well,
love
this was
us.
fun, guys.
bye, listeners. Good having
No.
you.
I don't know. I can't speak to it because I haven't listened to them or read them.
Well,
But I know the extended cuts of the movies are too long.
That's all I watch. When I watch them, that's the only... Besides the theatrical version that I saw in theaters, the extended release ones are the
No,
only
thank
ones I've
you.
seen.
I'm too
okay.
into my ADD stuff to be able to sit down for 3.5 hours at a time.
It's better with the commentary.
Oh, man. You're trying to make it as boring as
No,
possible.
it's good.
All right.
Anyway.
We need to
Okay,
talk
okay.
about some of the things we've got here and some new stuff going on. As you've noticed, there's some pop vinyl figurines. We've got Ant-Man, Olaf. Who have you got, Siren?
Olaf, by the way, he's like sparkly. He has glitter on him, so it looks like he's got snow. He's really cool. I've got Thor.
Which
from
Thor?
The Ragnarok.
Okay.
You have him after he is the god
Yeah,
of
he's
thunder.
got
Yeah.
lightning on his arms, getting ready to go ham.
I've got Korg,
Also
which is
from Ragnarok.
also from Ragnarok. It's the New Zealand fella.
Oh, right.
He's still alive.
So here's what we're going to do.
Arguably the best character in Ragnarok.
We have partnered up and are being sponsored by popvinylworld.com.
Yay,
And
thank you.
there's some affiliate stuff there too with our buddy
Yay.
Greg here. And so we're going to be doing some stuff with them, and we're going to have more pop stuff to give away. And if you're a pop vinyl fan, which we know you all are, you need to go and get your stuff from that website. It's just the best place to buy it. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's other stuff going on Pop Vinyl World besides selling pops.
Yeah.
There's nerd news, stuff about our podcast. You can get it through there.
And if you're finding us through Pop Vinyl, welcome.
Welcome, yeah.
We're excited to have you. We're doing some fun stuff here, fandom, nerddom, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're here doing.
Yes.
But I want to give one of these away, and
Yeah.
so here's how we're going to
Okay.
do it. Or actually, I'd like to give them all away. So here's what I want to do. Anybody that shares this video, either from the TLDR podcast link, from the Pop Vinyl World link, from the Centerfield link, whoever shares it, we're going to take all those names and we're going to put them in a digital hat, and we're going to send them off. We're going to send one of these bad boys to you. So there's going to be multiple ways to win, but anybody that shares it before the end of this video will get a copy of it. And
Yep.
we'll remind you, or we'll put your name in the hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
So,
right.
good luck
Yeah.
on your giveaway.
Go Dogs.
Scare dogs.
Blazers. Did I tell you about that?
I don't think so.
Saren's dad, who is a mythical creature and my best friend, he has decided that instead of... There's a hot wings place in town, the local area, called Blazers, and instead of when people sneeze, instead of saying bless you, he's decided that that's outdated, and he's going to start saying Blazers. And I thought this was a one-off thing, and then 2 weeks later I sneeze and he goes Blazers.
So that's a thing now.
Man.
But you have to say it
He's
like
my
we say
favorite.
it down here. Blazers.
Blazers.
Blazers. So anytime
there's a-
someone sneezes,
There's a Y in there somewhere.
Blazers.
Blazers.
It's the best. All right,
It's good.
Saren, what are we here to do tonight?
all right, we're going to get into our topic tonight. And audience, we need your help. Well, we don't need your help. We need your input. We have decided, due to the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp, which just came out, and also the upcoming Fantastic Beasts movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald, we wanted to sort the Avengers into their Hogwarts houses.
Yes.
So the Avengers are going to Hogwarts, and we are the sorting hat. I just hit Nolan's mic. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm quick on my feet, which is good that I'm actually on my feet.
So what we have done here, for those of you who don't know, I am our resident Harry Potter
Just say expert.
I'll say it. I'll say
Yeah.
I'm an expert because let's say it. I am. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and sorted a few of the Avengers myself. I've sorted them just the way that I think they need to be sorted. So Josh and Nolan are hearing my picks for the first time, and we're going to see if they think it's a good or a bad choice. And that's where y'all come in, audience. I want to know if you think that I've made a good or a bad decision here. And if you make a compelling enough argument, I may be willing to take your opinions into consideration.
So that means
Well-
no.
Okay, here's my question. We need to lay down some ground rules. As a Ravenclaw, there's a lot of details we need to work through. Okay. We need to define what each house is. Like not just our definition, but like our working definition as sort of the collection of all of the information that we have.
Yes.
And I know you're our expert, so
Yeah.
why don't we lay this out?
All right. So, for those of you who maybe are not as familiar with Harry Potter as some others, Gryffindors, that's what Harry Potter was, and his two besties were Gryffindors. That's kind of, I would say, the main house that gets the most focus in the books. Gryffindors are typically thought of as brave, a little, how would you say it?
Short-sighted?
Short-sighted. You know, they don't really necessarily think before they act. They just do. And I would say this is kind of a tenet of all the houses, but I would say that they're loyal.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be loyal to their own house, right?
I mean, think about Minerva McGonagall. She gave Harry a broom for Quidditch.
Yeah.
That's a sports violation. That is a violation of rules.
A little competitive, I would say, is especially with like things of bravery, like sports, I would say.
Well, I would like Harry's always just like, I've got to go do the thing, and I don't have time to explain. And Hermione's like, I'll be right back. I've got to go to the library. And they're just like, what are you doing? Why don't you just give us an inkling of an idea of what you're doing? Did you see the reference I just made?
Oh, inkling, yeah. So they kind of act before they think, I would say, is how I would describe a typical Gryffindor.
Okay, so what's next?
I would say Slytherin. Not the bad house. I'll just lay that out right now. Being a Slytherin is not a bad thing.
But can we, as I've finally read the books, I assumed that in the books they would be more balanced. Like in the movies, it's like, Slytherin. Everybody's like, they're obviously the bad guys. But it's like in the books, it's even worse. It's like, yeah, they're very much the bad guys. And the whole school rallies together and Slytherins are like, nah, I'm good.
I have some things to say about that, but we may get there later.
Let's get to it when we sort our first person into Slytherin.
Okay.
So Slytherins, ambitious, cunning, and what's a third word, do you think?
Sly, cunning.
Sly, driven. So ambitious, cunning, and driven. These are not things that I would think are bad attributes. They just are what they are.
Wait, what would
The
make
bad
them
word
different?
would be... No, go ahead.
What would make them different than a Gryffindor?
Well, that is a good question because I would say that Slytherins and Gryffindors are pretty much two sides of the same coin. That's why
Okay.
they have a hard time being with each other.
Okay.
It's just more the way they act those things out.
It's Valjean and Javert.
Yes, actually,
Okay.
that's a good way to describe it.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay, so that's Slytherins. Hufflepuffs. Me and Nolan are Hufflepuffs.
Yeah, that's right.
Woo! We got another Hufflepuff back there.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hufflepuffs, hardworking, loyal, and...
Lame?
What'd you say?
Lame? I said lame. What are you going to do about it?
All right. It's fine.
Do
it's
what?
fine.
Nurturers.
Oh, I thought you were saying nerd turtles. I was like,
Also an accurate description.
okay. Nurturing, yeah. Hardworking, loyal, nurturing. Loyal in the sense of like, if we befriend you, end of the game. There's very little you could do to me
Yeah.
to make you not my friend anymore.
I like for people to like me.
Yeah. So that's Hufflepuffs. And Ravenclaws, wise, kind of bookish, clever, intelligent. Josh is a Ravenclaw. A lot of people in my life are Ravenclaws.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. So they're typically what you would think of as like book smart, but you can be a Ravenclaw without being like liking school or, being typically intellectual. It's more of just like an inquisitiveness and a cleverness. I would say that is a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, it's more like it's what is it? Wit is the
Wit beyond measure, it's man's greatest treasure.
yeah. It's like to get into their house, you have to solve a riddle.
Yeah.
Or wait.
Right. Solve the riddle
Yeah.
to be able to enter the common room, or wait for someone who can, is how
Right.
you enter.
Okay, so we have decided we're going to sort a couple of the Avengers. We tried to stick to some of the bigger names.
Yeah.
And now Saren has already decided what
I am the sorting hat.
she is the sorting hat.
It's
and
fair.
her word is final because she's read the books.
Gryffindor!
She's read the books a couple hundred times and
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
about 20 now.
all right. So who do we have first?
All right,
I've got
we are starting out with the Hulk.
the Hulk.
And just to
The
clarify
Hulk.
here, I'm talking about the Hulk. I'm not necessarily talking about Bruce Banner because I would probably sort them differently. We can talk
Okay.
about Bruce Banner, but what I'm talking about is the Hulk.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready? Here's
Yeah.
our first one. I have sorted the Hulk into Gryffindor.
Whoa, hang on. I thought we were supposed to guess.
Oh, shoot.
We don't have to. Gryffindor.
Okay. This is a practice round.
Okay.
Why Gryffindor?
Well, I would say the Hulk, he's got a few less brain cells,
Wow.
and he just kind of acts. He doesn't really think before he destroys the buildings. He
Okay.
just knows that people need to be saved, and if some buildings get in the way, that's just what happens to the buildings.
Okay.
So that is kind of my, and he's very brave. If we're thinking, oh, was it Ragnarok? Or, yeah, it was Ragnarok, where he just turns into the Hulk. I did it again.
It's okay. You're a hand talker. So am I.
He just turns into the Hulk, and he knows that he might not be able to turn back into Bruce Banner, but he does it anyway so that he can save the Thor people.
But wouldn't
Right.
that be Bruce deciding to turn into the Hulk?
That's what I feel like Bruce is.
But as we were saying earlier, he is both.
But okay, the whole last part of the last few movies, or was it? Yeah, it was Infinity War. He refused to come out. He was being
Right.
a little baby.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
more
do
like
you-
a Hufflepuff to me.
Oh my gosh, you cannot do this tonight.
Of all the houses, who would be the ones that are I don't know, we might better let the heroes do that.
Okay, just let me throw this out to you really quick. Besides Gryffindors, at the Battle of Hogwarts, Hufflepuffs were the most numerous house that stayed to fight.
Sure, and that's fine. I know. I don't want to pick on Hufflepuffs all night, but I'm serious. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
he come out? That's a big.
I would say probably, well, I don't want to bash Slytherins, but I would say a Slytherin would probably choose not to come out.
That's what I was going to say.
Self-preservation.
I was going to say Slytherin anyway. First of all, he's green.
Oh my gosh, I did think about that actually. He's green.
He races in at the beginning of Infinity War kicking tail and taking names, and then stops because he's scared. He gets the crap beat out of him, and he's scared now.
So what are you saying?
Sounds like Draco and the family sneaking away in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, my argument, okay, I think Hulk by himself, Gryffindor. I'm okay
Okay,
with
you're
that.
with me on
I'm
that.
okay with that.
All right.
But if we're taking them both as one, I would go Slytherin. Because
Okay.
he's very calculating about when he chooses to let himself go.
You wouldn't put Bruce by himself into Ravenclaw?
No,
Huh.
I would go
Interesting.
Slytherin.
Okay.
Well,
What do we-
only because he's like a doctor. Hang on. We got to fix something. We got to do this. Is that as far as your mic stand will go?
Go where?
Towards you.
Yes.
Okay. Can you pull your mic out then and scoot back? Nolan and I keep talking over each other because
No,
we
it's
can't
okay.
see when each other are talking. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry to derail us.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, you just going no stand?
That's what I meant.
No stand McGee?
Because her stand won't reach.
That's unfortunate.
Anyway, I want audience. What do we think? You think he's a Gryffindor either way? Bruce and Hulk? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He sounds very Gryffindor.
I'm okay if he's a Gryffindor. I just think that by that definition, all of them are going to be Gryffindors.
I did think about that because all
'Cause
of them do have a little bit of a hero complex.
They are by definition superheroes.
Right. What do we think? Okay. All right.
So that was
See,
two
the
votes.
Hufflepuff of me is already on board with that argument
You
now.
know what? You just won yourself a free coffee mug. Come on up here. Get yourself a Centerfield coffee mug. Can't sell it because it's got a crack in it. Okay.
We do, just so our listeners can hear, we did have a very compelling argument for Hufflepuff.
Will you dictate it to
Right.
them?
So you said, out of kindness for... So out of care for, anyone else possibly getting harmed, he didn't want to turn into the Hulk
Boom.
unless he could control it.
I like it.
I like it. Sure. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
I like that.
Cowardice, not concern. I like it.
I like it. I think that's a good motto for
think
Hufflepuff.
so as
Cowardice,
well.
not concern. Or shoot.
Okay.
All right.
Overall, I'm okay with Gryffindor, though.
How about we do this? Griffin Puff.
Okay. I'm all right
I
with
like it.
hybriding
That
here.
sounds like my favorite new cereal.
Griffin Puffs.
Griffin Puffs.
For when you can't decide what you want for breakfast.
Brave but demure.
It's just straight sugar.
It's concern, not cowardice.
Okay. I think we should
All right,
move on.
Next.
Okay. Also, just a reminder that anybody that shares the Facebook Live video while this is being recorded will be entered into a drawing for one of these beautiful pop vinyl provided by popvinylworld.com.
Thank
feel
you,
like
Pop
Vanna
Vinyl World.
White.
Thanks, Pop Vinyl World.
I'm just lightly petting it.
Greg gave us a thumbs up.
All right, go dogs. Who's
Thanks,
next?
Greg. All right, we got Iron Man.
The
All right,
Iron Man.
I won't spoil it this time. I want to know what you guys think, and I got to remember what I said.
Nolan, you're up.
I don't know, because again, this is essentially Tony, right?
Yeah, I Tony and Iron Man, I would say, they're the same person.
Yeah.
I just chose an Iron Man picture because it's cooler.
I mean, off the top of my head, he's incredibly arrogant and kind of just does stuff and flaunts, and he reminds me of a Gryffindor.
Okay.
Yeah, I think all of these are Gryffindor. So, like, I think it's a little more nuanced. And I'm okay with them being Gryffindor. It's just like when I think about Tony Stark, I think about, like, billionaire superstar, like billionaire, but also really, really smart and, like, created a better version of Siri that, went a little bit awry.
A little bit awry.
I think he has some Ravenclaw tendencies, but maybe not enough to knock him over into that camp. Mainly just because he's smart, but he's witty and he's like creative and he's all about like being right and solving the problem. And I don't think we're going to get around talking about this. There's the obvious, what is it, duplicity or the
Duality
between him and Steve Rogers, the Captain America. Like like we said earlier, there are obviously two sides to the same coin, but which one is which? And what are the two sides? And I think the two sides are probably going to be more Gryffindor, Slytherin. So which one is he? That's my question.
Well, this is you're supposed to be guessing.
I know.
So pick one.
So you chose Gryffindor?
Yeah, that's what I went.
I
Because
don't
if
know.
you're arguing for two sides of the same coin, not to spoil anything, but I think I know where Mr. Steve Rogers winds up on that side.
All right, so here's what we'll do. I'm going to say Gryffindor, but I'm gonna put a little asterisk there, and we're going to come back to it.
Okay. I actually, for Tony, sorted him into Ravenclaw.
All right.
Because I was trying to think about what does he value most as a person. Maybe not so much as a superhero, but what does he value most as a person? And I would say knowledge and innovation and creativity. I mean, really, his Steve Rogers, who are we talking about? Tony
Stark.
His superpower as a person is being a genius.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't have like a superhero.
I mean, he created a suit that gives him powers.
He's the Batman of the Marvel universe.
Exactly. So that was why I was kind of leaning more Ravenclaw.
I'm Tony Stark.
Where's Pepper?
Where's Pepper?
Where's Pepper? Okay, so I did Ravenclaw for him because I was just thinking about what does he value most.
Right.
That's
Audience?
fair.
Wow, I called it.
You did? And I really, well, we'll talk about it. Never mind. I don't
So
wanna
you said
spoil.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
I like it. Boom. It is known before
is
the
known.
old gods and the new. Next.
Captain America.
Cap.
Everybody's fave.
Steve Rod. Everybody's fave is obviously Doctor Strange. Go on.
You mean the guy we removed from this list?
Yeah, we did. We took him off. He's not my favorite, but he's most people's favorite.
Okay.
We took him off for time. So what's your guesses?
Okay. This is
Now,
what.
I want your actual
You
guesses.
can't ask a question and then start talking.
No, I'm sorry, but I want your actual guesses, not what you think. Because
Okay. Can I start this one off?
yes,
All right. This is what led to this whole conversation because a few months ago we saw someone had already done this online. I don't remember any of them, but
we don't have any original ideas. We just do what we saw on Facebook.
There's nothing new. So okay. There was a post and it was like all the Avengers sorted into their Harry Potter house, and I noticed that Captain America was in Slytherin. And I said, well, this is obviously wrong because he's clearly not a Slytherin because, like, if you think about, and I'm talking about Captain America more as an idea than I am like Steve Rogers, which is where I think that you can actually get two answers. But the idea of Captain America is like the poster child of like heroism and like freedom and Merca and bald eagles and fireworks, and he's all of those things in captured into one Captain America.
Gosh.
And like that's what Gryffindor is too. Like Harry is like the perfect Gryffindor, right? Or maybe not Harry, but like we get examples of like heroes and like this is what heroism is and this is what bravery is. And I think that that's what Captain America represents. And that's why I was like, well, obviously he's a Gryffindor, so this is wrong.
I hear your argument. Okay. Nolo?
I mean,
I need something to sip.
I agree with everything Josh said, mostly. But I need to hear your argument for why you put him where you put him.
Okay. All right. Shocker of shockers, I put Captain America into Slytherin.
Right.
Because he is the most Slytherin-y Slytherin that there ever was. My reasons for this, as the audience has already pointed out, he is willing to do absolutely anything to hold up his ideals, regardless of if it causes a civil war. So he literally, I would say, was very much a part of the splitting apart of the Avengers because he absolutely could not put aside what he believed. And I would say that is a very Slytherin.
But that's also what Harry's doing. Like the entire last book, he's like, no, I believe that this is what Dumbledore had us to do, is to find these Horcrux, or to find the Deathly Hallows. And then Ryan and Hermione are like, no, dude, we're supposed to be getting the Horcruxes. He's like, okay, well, also, I'm actually just going to go find the Deathly Hallows instead.
Well, let me point this out to you. How much of that was Harry, and how much of that was Voldemort inside Harry, bringing out his kind of Slytherin-y aspects. It's hard to separate those two. Boom.
That's why she's an expert, bro.
This is why she's an expert. She has her PhD in Potterology.
I like it.
Yeah, Potterology.
Potterology. So,
Potterotica.
I think that we do see a lot of Slytherin aspects in Harry just because he has a piece of Voldemort's soul inside of him. And also it's kind of hard to separate those characteristics because Gryffindor and Slytherin are so similar. It's just the way you act them out.
Right.
And I think the way Steve Rogers is acting is more Slytherin than Gryffindor because it's like to the detriment of people and to the detriment of his friends and the people who love him. He just can't go against what he believes is right.
I'm willing to concede on this because I don't want to die on this tree, but that was just my original point. And I
see your point, but I think
that
I'm
Captain
right.
America as an ideal is Gryffindor, but I think that Steve Rogers is Slytherin. I'm convinced of that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but Captain America as an ideal, I can't really sort that because it's not.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What you got, Nolan? What you think?
Man, I don't know. It's a lot. I had a hard time with him.
This is the whole reason we wanted to do this podcast was because of sorting Captain America.
Yeah, after hearing both sides, I kind of lean more towards your argument, Saren.
Okay.
Hey, back table. Do y'all have any input?
What y'all think?
No.
That's fair enough.
See?
The Pokemon trainers in town all came.
We invited them on our Discord. I didn't
That's
even
real
recognize you, Ricky. Because
whoa,
that's Ricky.
whoa.
I know.
I mean, I knew it was Ricky. I just can't see from here because his beard was so like transparent.
But for real, does anyone in the audience have any opinions?
He likes what you said.
All right, thank you, brother.
What did he do to even get into the argument?
Lied.
Oh, that's so Slytherin.
He
You're right.
cheated.
You're right.
And then he went into an experimental program that
Would you say that
Very driven.
He wanted to be the very best that no one ever was? To trick them was his real test? To train up was his cause?
Okay. So I think we're in agreement here.
I think
We need to give
so.
something away. I feel like we haven't given enough away. What do you think? What
I
do you
think so. I think it's time for a giveaway.
Let's do a live
Okay.
giveaway to the people that came to hear the podcast. So, how are we going to do this?
That's a great question.
It's a great question. I think we should ask like some kind of trivia.
Ooh. Okay, we've got some Harry Potter trivia loaded up and ready to
Oh
go.
yeah, they're really hard. Like I didn't even know the answers to all of them.
All right,
Ooh.
let's see if we can do this. Do you want to do the ghost one?
Yeah, that's like doable enough.
Okay. All right, back table, listen up, because I can tell y'all are just a bunch of huge Harry Potter fans.
I know that's the joke.
All right. The question is, and you can work as a team.
Do not cheat. This is a no phone question.
There is okay, maybe we should just let all the audience figure it out, but there are 7 ghosts in the Harry Potter books. Can we name all 7 of them? And there's whoever names the one that I'm thinking of will win the prize.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm thinking of. Okay.
All right, let's hear it. I'm not no clues.
Raise your
That's
hand.
cheating, Sam.
We know how this works, children. Raise your hands.
This is like school.
Yeah, it's school.
All right, what you got?
Okay.
Nearly headless
All right,
Nick.
there's
That's one.
You just got 6 more. Yes.
The Bloody Baron. Oh, that was a good one. Moaning Myrtle.
Good.
You got another one? Who?
Actually,
Yes.
that is incorrect.
Oh, no, yes. Whoa, wow.
And that was a Fed answer too.
Also, I should say one of the answers is a little like,
It's like,
but it counts. All right, Tristan. The Gray
Yes.
Lady.
It's actually Rowena Ravenclaw's daughter. It's
It
not.
was actually Sansa Stark was the Gray Lady.
Okay, how many have we gotten so far? 4?
We got
That's 4.
Okay,
4.
so just 3 more. You're missing a pretty obvious one.
Go for it. We already said that one.
that
got
one.
that one.
All right. What are the other?
Can I
okay.
give a hint?
Yeah, give a hint.
All right, all of the houses have a ghost. You're missing one.
Yeah. Wait, all of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Slytherin? Oh, I didn't. Okay.
You're missing. I'll give you a further hint. You're missing the Hufflepuff ghost. Fat Friar, thank you.
There you go.
There's my Hufflepuff back there. All right, we have 2 more left.
2 more. One of those is the ding, ding, ding one.
It is.
Think about he's not a ghost. He's a poltergeist. Peeves. Ding, 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 ding. Tristan is the winner of the random thing. But first, can we get number 7?
Who can name number 7? This is the one that I couldn't get.
No. This isn't. That was not the ding, ding, ding. There's one more.
No, that's not
Sorry,
the one
Tristan.
you told me.
Yeah. All right.
No, I.
Can I?
No, I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
I'm going to give you a hint. I'm trying to think of an.
Give him a hint, Taryn.
This ghost was alive to experience the things that he taught.
Ooh. He was alive to experience the things that he taught.
If no one can get it on that one, yes. Professor Binns.
Tristan had an ear that
I believe that Tristan was
Man.
cheating, but that's
he had some
okay.
extendable ears.
Okay.
All right, Tristan, come pick a prize. Come pick your pop vinyl toy, Tristan.
Yay, Tristan, our winner.
What would you like? It's the New Zealand one.
Dude, yeah, get it.
All
Get it.
right.
Good call.
Tristan, our winner, has chosen Korg from Thor Ragnarok.
Just a reminder, anyone that shares this video while it is live, or let's say before the end of the night. Why not? Let's say before the end of the night.
before the end of the night. I think that's good.
We'll get to have their name put in a drawing for another one of these. And I'm going to go ahead and announce it now. Anybody that shares the podcast link, which will be live tomorrow, anyone that shares that before August 1st is going to get themselves put in a drawing as well for a pop vinyl toy.
Boom.
So that's what's happening.
Thank you again to popvinylworld.com for providing these for giveaways.
Go dogs.
Yay.
All right, you ready to move on?
Moving
Next.
All right. Next we have up Thor, the
Thor.
godliest of our Avengers.
on. Who is the hottest house? Who's like the best looking sort of overall? And like I know Emma Watson really weights Gryffindor, but like, you know, there's some other good looking people in my brain when I'm reading the book, you know?
Neville had a glow up, man.
Do you know actually Matthew Lewis just got married, so he's off the market.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm
All
sure
right.
he's very
All right.
happy. I'm not.
If you're just joining us, which there's a lot of people in here just joining us, we're sorting the Avengers into their Harry Potter houses. So like as if they were going to Hogwarts for the first time.
Little 11-year-old Avengers.
Hey, look, there's the mayor.
There's David Jordan, our mayor. Hello, David Jordan.
Don't look. You'll embarrass him.
Okay, I want to hear your guesses. For real.
Okay, I think that Thor is. I'm going to let Nolan answer first.
Okay.
Oh, this is the one I had the hardest with.
This one was the easiest one for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it Gryffindor?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. He gives Loki so many chances. He's very loyal.
He's very Hufflepuffy.
Yeah. That's where I was leaning, was Hufflepuff.
Okay.
I'm good with that. I think that was my guess.
Well, we are actually at consensus here because I sorted him into
Boom.
Hufflepuff.
Try 5.
Saren,
what?
put your hand up.
We're like the Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Do we have any dissent
Nope.
in the audience?
Nope.
What is going on?
We're the Lonely Island. See?
See?
Am I supposed to?
No, you can't.
I don't know what that means.
All right. So you explain in more detail why.
Well, I mean, you actually said like. My thinking with that was mainly Loki. I was like, he will just not give up on Loki no matter how crappy of a brother and person Loki is.
Because Loki's the worst. He's the worst. And
it's just Thor seems to think the best in everyone pretty much. And I would say that that's a very Hufflepuff kind of trait. I would say that's true of myself. I tend to think I tend to assume that people are generally good and kind and helpful, even if they're not. So that's mainly why I put Loki in there.
I think I'm good with. I think we got it. Let's move on. Wait, Loki.
Yeah.
Did I
Yes.
miss something? Did we just sort Loki?
No.
Okay.
No.
You were just talking about Loki a lot, and I was like,
we
did I
talked
miss?
about how
I was talking about
how
Thor's
loyal.
reaction to Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Loki, obviously Slytherin. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. Just look at him.
He is wearing
He's
the colors.
green.
He's wearing green. All Disney villains are green.
Look at his hair, pale skin.
He's got horns.
He's so extra. He's such a drama queen. Look at him.
But for real, mischievous, cunning, out for himself. But also has a good side to him. Like, he sometimes ends up doing the right and good thing.
And the argument against him being in Slytherin is that he is very flexible when it comes to his motives.
Yeah.
If something else pops up that he wants to do more, he will easily go to that.
I would say that Loki is fairly chaotic neutral, which is hard to sort. But just based on what the direction that he usually takes, I would say that he's Slytherin.
We're gonna have to do D&D sorting at some point with something.
I feel like not good about doing that because I don't play D&D.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to make those people mad.
Anyway, are we all good?
Yes.
Loki,
We're all good.
Slytherin.
Moving on.
Easy one.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
I got to check on this one. I got to make sure. What y'all think?
I think he is Gryffindor because he's very young and motivated by sort of the pure of heart Luke Skywalker hero stuff.
Okay.
He absolutely does not think anything through.
Yeah, he just does.
Anytime Tony's like, kid, stay here, he's right behind him.
You're right.
Regardless.
And he's also, I mean, like, this is Ravenclaw-y, but he's also like super witty. But maybe not. Maybe he's not super witty. Maybe he's just like...
I think he's just... Now, the iteration I'm talking about is the new Tom Holland one.
Right.
he's witty because he grew up with internet and he just knows
Yeah.
how to be a
He
troll
just knows how
all
to
the
do.
time.
He
He's
knows
just
what memes are.
Yeah.
He's just a silly boy. Silly boy
So-
with 4 eyes. You figure it out.
Yep.
Okay, so
Hashtag silly boy if you
are
want to
y'all
talk about
saying
this on Twitter.
Gryffindor?
Yes.
Well, that's lucky because I also said Gryffindor.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Spoiler alert for Infinity Wars. Plug your ears now if you haven't seen it. He just goes with Tony to save the world. And then, well, he probably would have died anyway. But that was just like the saddest part in the entire Marvel franchise. I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
Didn't he improvise that line?
I don't know, but it's so sad.
You want to know something? It didn't bother me at all.
Oh, gosh.
I was not moved one bit in that movie. I was like, oh, they're just all going to come back.
Yeah,
They have
yes,
contracts.
But it was just, that was like the most Gryffindorliest thing I could imagine is like, I'm going to go on this spaceship whether you like it or not because I got to save people.
All right.
Yeah, moving
I like
on.
it. I
That
like
was a
it.
pretty easy one.
Next we have the Black Panther.
Man.
This one was the hardest one for me to
Well,
sort.
he's wearing black and gold, so he's obviously a Hufflepuff. Moving on.
Wait, really? No.
He is very loyal to his country.
Right.
I think he's also probably a Gryffindor because he well, I don't know. He goes out of his way to Nolan, you open this up.
Man, I don't know. This one was tough.
Our audience is also looking perplexed.
Yeah.
Because this is a toughie.
All right, let's figure it out. He's a Hufflepuff because of his costume and also because he's super clearly loyal to his country and is was he didn't want to open them up to the world. That's what
No, yeah, he did. That
that's
was
what
the whole thing.
Oh, the villain. Well, I'm blanking. I've got the actor's name. What's the villain?
Oh,
Killmonger.
Michael B. Jordan?
Killmonger. Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, yes.
His whole thing
The
was
God.
we don't want to keep Wakanda closed off. We want to open it up to the world. Why aren't you helping, especially black people all over the world? Now, of course, his motives were very, rise up and overthrow the government, but, still. And then T'Challa's no, we need to be really careful. We need to think this through. We don't need to open ourselves up because that could hurt us. I don't know. I'm feeling very Hufflepuffy about this.
Okay, I hear you.
It's also kind of Slytherin-y because it's he's not all pure blood and stuff like this, but it is about his people sort of being, they're the best and they want to keep it that way, and letting people in. Anytime you let someone into your life, it's going to be painful, you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
Do you want to just hear what I sorted?
Yes.
Okay. I actually sorted T'Challa into Ravenclaw.
Really?
And here's my reasoning.
I'm curious. Sorry, I can't. There's nowhere to put my arms.
The reason I was doing that is because I was thinking of T'Challa as a person and not as a superhero. And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
the wisest, most thoughtful.
He's very Dumbledore-y.
Yeah, and I know that Dumbledore was a Gryffindor, but he was a very Ravenclaw-y Gryffindor. And I was just thinking more of T'Challa's wisdom as a ruler and as Black Panther, and he's just he just thinks everything through. And I was more thinking of the wisdom aspect of being a Ravenclaw.
Well,
Okay,
he's-
that makes sense.
He's definitely not a Gryffindor, right?
He's too thoughtful to be a Gryffindor.
Right,
He
that's what
thinks
I'm
things
saying.
through too much to be a Gryffindor.
And I don't think he's a Slytherin. It's not his motives are
He's
not the
not
same
going
as
to
the
cut
Slytherin.
people down to get ahead. As
And-
demonstrated in the movie, he won't do it.
But I don't think the smartness factor of the Ravenclaw is. I think the Ravenclaws are tactful. I don't think they're necessarily wise. You know what I mean? But then
I mean,
he
wisdom is one
oh,
of the tenets of being a Ravenclaw.
You know what? He's very Luna Lovegood, and I'm all for it. He's a Ravenclaw. I'm done. It is known.
It looks like most of the
All right.
audience seems to be with us on that, except for my mom.
What do you think, Mom?
Thinking.
What you think? Oh my gosh.
All right, make your argument.
Yeah, I want to hear what you have to
See-
say about it.
Like Cedric Diggory. Oh yeah. Very
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, that was emotional.
So she's talking about how T'Challa like at the end they like watch the sunset together as Killmonger's sort of before he dies, and like that is very, I don't know.
Yeah, she won me over. Because I was thinking for like if we were sorting his sister's a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
What's her name? Surrey?
Yes.
Yeah, she's such a Ravenclaw.
Which is why I am not sure about him being a Ravenclaw.
Right,
Because when
right.
they're going through their James Bond scene and she's showing him all this stuff,
Yeah.
he's like,
Right.
this is crazy how this works.
Okay, you know what?
She thinks she did, but he did because he loves people.
We got it.
You won me over. I'm switching.
I'm done.
The Sorting Hat has taken your opinion into consideration and changed
Exactly.
its mind. T'Challa's a Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff, Flufflepuff, Blufflepuff.
All right. This is the
Next.
last one of the night, right?
What is?
Nope.
Wait, what is that?
Wait, where?
What
Wait.
is?
He's really tiny.
Hold on.
Wait,
Is there any way we can like zoom in?
Can you
got
get
it. I got
bigger
it.
there,
You ready?
Scott?
You ready?
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh,
there
there
we
you
go.
Magic. Hey, that's production value right there. Hey, go ahead and drop $1 for production value.
I did that. Drop $1 to me because I made this PowerPoint.
She did. Go, Siren. Ant-Man.
Anyway, Ant-Man. Let me.
If you haven't seen the sequel yet, it's pretty good.
Also, here's the thing. I haven't seen either one of them yet.
Oh my gosh, Nolan!
no.
Actually, I really hate the first Ant-Man movie, but I really love Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, the second one to me is better.
It's
Anyway,
really good.
All right, Siren, let's figure this out then. Let's leave Nolan out.
Yes, leave me out of
Yeah.
this one.
Ant-Man, what do you think? Oh, wait, you already know.
I already-
okay,
I
let's
already
see.
thought.
He's very,
David, what you think? You got any opinions? Okay.
he's, well, I want to say The Flash.
Okay. We'll sort him as a bonus.
All right, so what, okay. I want to say he's like a Ravenclaw because he's really witty and he's really like kind of there for the punchline, but like he's not a Ravenclaw because he's not really smart either. He's probably a Gryffindor. I'm thinking he's probably a Gryffindor because he's very like, I don't know what his motivation is, to be honest with you. It's sort of, he's not
he
really
kind of just falls into these adventures.
So
Yeah.
the 30 seconds I did see when I was leaving work the other day, my roommate was up at 7 a.m. watching the first Ant-Man.
Up at 7 a.m. from being up all night.
From being up the night before,
Right.
yes. Shout
Right.
out to Josh. He's the best.
He's a little bit of a night owl.
The only part of that movie I saw was where he was like on a turntable for a record
Oh,
and
yeah.
just getting chased by the needle, and I was like, "How'd you end up there, dummy?" So with that, I'm going Gryffindor.
He's
Fair enough.
Neville Longbottom. I mean, like everything bad doesn't happen to him, but he's Neville Longbottom.
But then he ends up saving the entire wizarding world.
Yeah,
All right. I hear you.
and it's Paul Rudd. I mean, if Gryffindor is the best looking house, that's
the
where he
only
belongs.
man to ever age backwards.
Seriously. Oh, you're so right. He looks so much younger.
All right, moving on.
No, I didn't. You haven't heard the Hufflepuff's decision. Or I'm a Hufflepuff. I
The
sorted
Sorting
him in
Hat.
Hufflepuff.
You're
You
the
sorted
sorting
him in
hat.
Hufflepuff?
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
what is it? What is it?
More just that I was thinking that he does everything for his daughter, and he like family is the most important thing to him. And I feel like his motivation for doing everything he does is to be back with his daughter, which felt like a very
Yeah.
Hufflepuff thing to me.
I mean, that's true, but I think that it's also sort of the same motivation that like the Gryffindors have of like,
Yeah, I'm actually with you on him being a Gryffindor because he just does stuff
Yeah,
without
he's-
really thinking
yeah.
about it.
yeah. I mean, he like breaks into that house to steal the thing, and then he like sees the suit, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta have it."
I gotta take that.
Okay, it is
Yeah,
known. It is
Gryffindor.
known. Moving on. The only female on the list. How many more of these do we have, Siren?
Well, one more after this.
Yes.
Okay,
One more
two
after
more,
this
two more.
one. Yeah.
The only female on the list.
I had to put Black Widow in.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
I really hope she gets her own movie. She's obviously a Gryffindor because she's the hottest Avenger.
You don't think Vision's the hottest Avenger? Because I do.
Just go back and rewatch A Knight's Tale about 20 minutes in.
That's further. Anyway, what y'all think?
I think Slytherin.
Okay.
Nolan, what do you
That's
think?
kind of where I was leaning to.
She's so sneaky.
She thinks about things. She had to. She was a spy.
And she's all about like
She's
cunning.
got that cunning.
She can kick tail and take names. She don't need no man. And she's also not a super. She's just like really well trained, right?
What?
She's not like she doesn't have a power.
Yeah, she does. She was like physically enhanced to be
that's right.
awesome.
That's right. Yeah.
And to be like stealthy, whatever. I actually sorted her into Ravenclaw.
I knew by the way your face was contorting when we were talking about Slytherin. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, she didn't agree with us.
I did not. And I was thinking, like, she was smart enough to survive. And she was smart enough to retain her humanity.
Okay.
Even though basically her childhood and adolescence was taken away from her. And
Sounds
she was
very Tom Riddle to me.
He didn't retain his humanity. The whole point was for him to be less human. So I think I have some agreement in the audience, at least from my mom.
I think I agree with that now.
Okay. I was just thinking,
all right.
yeah,
Ravenclaw it is. That's fine.
fair enough.
We will take her. She can come be in our house.
I just think she's really smart and clever, and her cleverness is what got her through her life.
Yeah, that's true. I think clever is a good word.
Yeah.
I'm there for it.
Okay.
Next.
And this is our last one.
Our last one.
Last one.
Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord, a.k.a. definitely the hottest Avenger.
Okay.
I think it's his leftover attractiveness when he was pudgy on Parks and Rec.
Do you notice, though, as when he gets buff in Parks and Rec and they start costuming him differently to hide his dope muscles?
Yes.
Because they wanted him to still be pudgy.
A lot of
But
large
he's
T-shirts.
Like ripped in the middle of Parks and Rec. And his like base gets really cut and you're like, whew.
It does things to me. All right. Well,
So-
I think Star-Lord, let's see. He's not very tactful. He does just sort
as
of
demonstrated in Infinity Wars.
He is just sort of like Leroy Jenkins. Oh my God, he went in.
Okay.
That's the best part of that video. If you don't know, it's not when he goes Leroy Jenkins. It's when the guy behind him goes, "Oh my God, he just went in."
Yeah. Anyway, everyone
mean-
here is too young. Most people here are too young to get that.
I know.
No
And
one.
we're old.
Are we on the same page here? Are you
Wait,
thinking
what are you
Gryffindor?
saying?
I think I'm Gryffindor.
I was
Okay.
gonna, yeah. I don't know. He is super loyal to his crew once he gets them together. He does want everyone to like him.
Loyalty is something I would describe him as, but just because someone's loyal does not make them a Hufflepuff. We already talked about this.
But
Except
also,
that's what he is because I sorted him into Hufflepuff. He is the Hufflepuffliest Hufflepuff.
Yeah. That's where I was going.
you can't see my face if you're just listening, but I'm giving some serious side eye right now.
I feel a kinship with him that I could only feel with another Hufflepuff.
That's just because you think he's hot, though. Go, tell me Hufflepuff things.
He's so kind. Like to his detriment, he's kind. And he befriends the lowliest of the
Okay.
people. He defends a worked-on raccoon. Okay, Drax is blue. I don't care what anybody says, but he befriends Drax.
We're gonna have an argument about this one time. Drax
You
is
think
definitely
he's
gray.
blue?
He is
He's definitely
blue.
gray.
He's blue. He's blue.
He's 100% gray. Everybody, Drax is gray. Raise your hand. Everybody, Drax is blue. Raise your hand, and I win.
Whatever. He
I won on
befriends-
the Twitter.
He
too.
befriends Drax.
This is the first time I've ever seen getting ratioed in real life.
He befriends Drax. That's really hard to say. Even though Drax is pretty unlovable. Gamora, who was a daughter of Thanos, he befriends and falls in love with her. These are all Hufflepuff.
He's just in it
things.
for the dowry.
The only time he didn't immediately befriend someone was Thor, and he was just trying to flex on him.
Right. So I just think a
Yeah.
tenet of being a Hufflepuff is befriending everybody no matter what and giving everybody a chance no matter what.
Yeah, but then he does something really un-Hufflepuff and just attacks Thanos against it's going to hurt everyone else, but he doesn't care. It's all about his selfish desires.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that being in your house does not mean you always do things that line up. I'm just saying in general, I would say he most fits into Hufflepuff.
I mean, I'm good with that.
What you think, audience?
Hufflepoof.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was out of compassion and sadness for Gomorrah.
I'm good with that. That feels right to me.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, was that the last one?
That was the last one.
All right, we did it. We
We're-
sorted the Avengers into their Harry Potter houses. Now everybody can know what it is.
And we are obviously the end of the line.
Yeah, we know
Yep.
everything, and that's what
No
makes us.
other opinions.
That's what makes us so great is that we all have like degrees in pop culture. So that's
Exactly. We definitely are qualified to talk about this.
okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, but first we got a few thank yous. Well, maybe not wrap it up quite yet, but here's the deal: you share this video before the end of the night. We're putting your name in a hat. We'll contact you via. We'll contact you
We'll get in touch with you.
somehow. 2, you share this podcast link before August 1st. We're going to put your name in a hat. We'll contact you if you win. You're going to win a pop vinyl toy to put up there next to your computer for when you're doing your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
We
Or
also,
if you're a collector, we
Yeah.
have one that you don't have.
it's true. We do have all kind of stuff. Hey, we forgot to talk about one other thing that's really important. It's Nolan's birthday.
Woo, Nolan! Sorry, I just blew out the speaker.
Happy birthday, Nolan.
Happy birthday, Nolan.
Wait,
Thanks, guys. I'm
Wait.
old.
Do I hear a song coming on?
No, please don't.
Oh, I think I do.
I think I hear a song
I think
coming
I hear
on.
a song.
Tristan, back me up. Tristan was in my choir. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Sorrow, misery, and despair. People dying everywhere.
That's how I feel.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. If your parents would have known, they'd have surely slept alone. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Pickerty third there at the end. Happy birthday, Nolan.
Yay.
Yay, Nolan.
I hope
you are
the next
turning
26 years
26
are better than the
26.
first.
I'm officially closer to 30 than I am to 20, and I'm ready to just croak at any minute.
You should have like a late quarter life crisis or something. You should like
We
buy
should
a
like
Lexus.
start
Have you
a
not seen
podcast.
all the shoes I've been buying to look hip? These
It's
are old
true.
ones.
Hey, also, we're really excited about working with Pop Vinyl World, and if you're finding us through there, we hope you'll stick with us. We really enjoy talking about this kind of stuff. This is going to be a very audience-driven podcast.
Yeah.
We want to talk about the things that you want to talk about.
So let us know.
Yeah, and we're just in this for the ride. We're having a good time. We're doing what we love to do, and we hope that you'll appreciate it too. So, with that,
Well, you can get in touch with us
yeah,
at tldrpod@gmail.com if you have any
Boom.
suggestions or anything you want to hear a podcast about.
At
Oh.
TLDR Pod on Twitter.
Yep. At TLDR Pod on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Boom.
anybody else that leaves a 5-star review on iTunes, we'll put your name in a hat.
For something.
Let's do it. Let's do that through the end of September. Anybody that leaves us a 5-star review on the iTunes, we're going to put your name in a hat for a Pop Vinyl toy.
You can say whatever you want in your
if you-
review,
if
but it
you
has to be
roast
5
us,
stars.
You can roast us 5 stars
Yeah.
and we'll read it on air with no foul language, of course. That's a given.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally bribing you to leave us a 5-star
Yes.
review. But you know what? Honestly, is it that bad? Like, is it really that bad? We know. And
All right.
any other thoughts, you can totally email us, and
Yeah.
we'd love to talk with you and have
We'd
a
love to hear from
conversation.
you.
So thanks to Greg for hooking
Yes.
us up.
Yes.
Thanks
Thanks,
for the
Greg.
staff here at Centerfield for hosting
Golf
us.
clap. Golf clap.
Thanks to the Pokemon trainers in town.
Yes.
Thanks for the mayor and his wife for coming out. Thanks to Sam and friend. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. Lydia? Okay, I never knew your name.
Thank
then.
you,
Okay.
Lydia. Thank you, Mom.
And so
Yeah.
until next time, Nolan, how do we get out of here? Wait, we need some theme music.
Yeah, we do need some theme music.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, bye.
And like Thanos, we're jetson out of here.